Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. Yo, what's going on? I actually just recorded about 2 minutes worth of a show and then realized that I spoiled a surprise that I need to not talk about for another week up until after Christmas. So just deleted that. We're going to restart fresh. So anyway, what's up? Second time saying what's up. It's a similar show to yesterday. I just got my phone downstairs. I don't want to sit at my desk. I'm good. I don't want to look at screens anymore. I just want to hang the hell out for a minute. So my phone is about to die, so it's on a charger downstairs. And I'm in my kitchen just hanging out. As soon as I record this, I'm going to go upstairs, get in my pajamas, and go to sleep. And that's going to be the night. I know that I'm already behind again on podcasts. I don't know why 786 to 787 aren't showing. I really have no idea why. They're uploaded and they can be found on other platforms. Maybe I need to reach out to support to figure out why that is, because I know that I could just delete them and then re-upload them. I know that would fix it, but I don't learn anything from that. I want to know how to prevent this from happening again. So I don't know, but I'm definitely going to reach out to support and say, hey, what's going on? And get those done. But as far as 788, 89, 90, and then today, which would be 91, 791, I will get that done sooner. I think I said this yesterday, but I wrote a list of everything that I needed to get done for this upcoming week for Christmas, for kind of cleaning the house and working on this thing that I'm working on that I can't share because it's a surprise. Also has nothing to do with anything that I've talked about on the show at all. Or maybe I mentioned it once or twice. I don't know. Anyway, can't talk about it till after Christmas. But anyway, I have just been working on a surprise thingy. I'm not going to elaborate any more on that today. So as far as work goes, and as far as FitBiz, and as far as Blade and all that stuff goes, they haven't worked on really much at all today. I did a little bit this morning, but that was it. And then the rest of the day was spent doing the thing. So yeah. But the small amount of progress that I did make this morning on the Blade app was really cool. It's just small little things getting closer to the finished product. I guess the round one to the finished product, I actually had another person reach out, and it's cool because people say, hey man, I can't find it on the App Store. And it's cool because it's not on the App Store. I haven't put it out yet, but the fact that I've had probably 5 people so far say, hey, I couldn't find it on the App Store. That's cool because they just read my post and they're like, oh, cool. And they went to the App Store immediately and then tried to find it. And it's not there. And I just think that's cool. Somebody just read a post and they tried to find it immediately. It wasn't there, so they reached out to me. And yeah, so there's nothing wrong there. It's not on the App Store yet. It's going to be a private invite to get some testers. And I think I'll have about 10 people, maybe more. If I include, let me think about this. I'm actually going to think about how many people there would be. So maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, for sure 9, including myself. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm just overthinking, but I don't know how beneficial this testing phase will be, because in order to use the app, you have to really commit to shit and change some habits and commit to being better. It's very hard for people to just do that, And I guess if they're in the right headspace and they're ready to execute on some shit and change some habits in their life, then maybe this is perfect timing. But regardless, the feedback comes from using the app, and in order to use the app, you have to really commit to shit and make things happen. If you don't, then you're not going to be able to use the app because you're going to fail and things are going to restart. And yeah, so kind of tricky. So I don't really know. So I think I just need to iron out as many details as possible to make sure everything runs as smooth as it can. I think the main thing is just getting feedback on how things work. I mean, not even to do with the tasks and the completion and stuff like that, but just kind of the idea behind it, the functionality, where buttons are, how fast things load, where certain buttons are when you click on certain links, or how you create something, how you move something, how you tag something, what's the process for opening a picture, things like that. Because I actually had it designed so where there's just a bar at the bottom of the screen, just a little toolbar. You have home, social, settings, metals, home feed, whatever. But I saw I was actually shopping Lexi and I were shopping for food on Zupa's website, and I saw that they had a hamburger menu. And I don't mean a hamburger menu, I mean the icon, the hamburger, the bottom right-hand side of the screen. You click it, and then it opens up with all the settings vertically on the right side of the screen. I thought that was genius because for right-handed people on your phone, or even left-handed people, it doesn't matter, but especially right-handed people, opens up right there, and it's just easy access. You don't have to two-hand your phone. You can just access the entire app. Matter of fact, I have the app on my phone. Pull it up. Yeah, I have the hamburger menu down here. I can click this. Home, blades, tasks, challenges, stats, metals, messages, social, help, settings. At the top left, I have the home button. At the top right, I have notifications. So very cool. I got a lot of the achievement stuff done. So you click on the icon and it'll show you the achievement, which is very cool. And then if you go to the metals, it'll say the early bird. It'll say metal art or whatever. You can click on it. It says awarded on December 18th, 2025. Ooh, see, that's an error. That's a bug because today is December 18th. I made sure that I gave myself this thing 2 days ago. So the fact that it says December 18th, that is incorrect. So that's a bug. Found it. But anyway, yeah, it's the app, I would say right now. Oh, this is so interesting. It says you failed to complete all your tasks yesterday. Blade 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue. Doing the small stuff is part of the battle. Sometimes things happen. Did you forget to check this task off? I forgot. This is the third time you forgot to tap a checkbox. You're given 3 chances, but apparently you need more. Here are 2 more revivals for you. Day 1 starts now. Wow, that's pretty ruthless, huh? So now I'm on day 1 of 50 for this blade that is fake and made up. FAMU, fake and made up. So it says I completed 0 today. I failed 15 this week, 35 this month, 35 this quarter. How does that work? See, I want to double check. I'm going to quickly verify this real quick. I think today's episode and yesterday's episode just be the exact same shit. So let's check. So 15 this week. Let's verify. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. This is incorrect, dude. Oh, this is... Wait, no. We're good because this was exactly what I was talking about yesterday. I found out that it doesn't count Sunday as part of this week. Counts as part of next week. So if that's the case, I have 5 tasks and it thinks that there's 3 failures each day. So that'd be 15 total fails. That's exactly what it says. But there's 6 tasks. Sorry, there's 5 tasks and it goes back to Sundays. So that's 4 per task. 4 times 5 would be 20. So it should say 20. It only says 15, but because we fixed that error yesterday, now we're good. Or 2 days ago, whatever it is. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I think it works pretty well, actually. And yeah, so anyway, I'm pretty stoked about this. It's coming together nicely. I'm going to use it and start talking about it more and posting about it and start living the Blade lifestyle. So I'm pretty pumped about that because it's my app. I'm going to be able to use this and promote it. I'm going to be able to talk about it on social media and have it be mine. And if somebody signs up, that's money to me. That's pretty cool. I think what I'll do is I'll probably just start it at $20 a month, but run a, early bird sale and just keep it at $10 a month for life. something like that. I don't know. It's an interesting model because, you go from selling FitBiz where you need one sale to make $5,000 and then $300 a month recurring or something like that, which I haven't done. It's all theory at this point. It's all talk. I haven't done it once yet, but I feel like I could make that happen. Going from that to something that's $10 a month to make the same amount of money in 1 month as it would be for one sale for FitBiz, I would need 500 people to use the app. I don't even know 500 people, Now, obviously, one is easier than the other. One is a lot less work and preparation, all this stuff. And I, take money out of it. I like this app and what it can do and what it's going to do for me. You know what's interesting is, so I first started building this app as a kind of a habit tracker for me to track my shit and get some analytics going just for myself. And I built it on an Xcode because it's an iOS app. I use Swift. I not that I made that choice, but I used AI for all this and I chose Swift because Swift is the iOS coding language for iOS apps. And I was going to just use this and I was going to start getting my shit together, and I just want to be able to track it and have it do exactly what I want it to do with all the things that I made in Google Sheets and in Notion. The limits that those have, they just weren't, it sounds so dumb, but they weren't practical for what I'm trying to do, and they didn't offer the analytics that I needed to do. And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to make my own little app. I'm going to track my shit, and I'm going to get my shit together because I feel like I'm slipping in multiple areas. My physical fitness is not the best. I'm not eating the greatest. Well, I take that back. I'm eating great. Lexi cooks some of the healthiest stuff that I've eaten, and love her so much. I miss her so much too. She comes home so soon. But yeah, meal preps are great. I just need to eat more protein, and I need to, I guess, make sure that all my micronutrients are taken care of as well. But yeah, I just feel like certain areas of my life have been slipping because all I do is just work. But I actually have come across, a handful of videos, 3 or 4 or 5, of highly successful businessmen, entrepreneurs, call them celebrities, just public figures, talking about just getting your shit together, just getting everything in order. The priority should never be business for, not that it should never be. I hate blanket statements like that, never or always. I hate that. As I say hate, that's funny. Irony. But the focus should rarely ever, I don't know how to phrase this. The focus ought to be on yourself, your physical fitness, your mental health, your sleep, your recovery, all that stuff, so that you can perform very well at work, and if that means less total hours, then I guess that's what that means. But maybe the hours that you do work are much better. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm really excited because I do know for a fact that I'm about to kind of lock in. I know it. I can feel it. I know that this thing is going to help me out. And I know I'm going to be able to promote it because it's going to be something that I live and breathe. It's going to be easy for me to talk about. It's going to be easy for me to try to persuade people to give it a shot, because it's something that if I'm living it daily and people can see that, I think it's just a more persuasive sell. And not to mention it's not $5,000. It's going to be $20 a month, and I'll just give away everything for free, and then the app is what costs money. So I think that's even more persuasive, because it's very clear that you don't need the app, but if you want it for all the extra perks, then voila, So anyway, I don't really know what else to say. I'm honestly a little overwhelmed with the list of all the random shit that I need to do, because it's all shit that I just don't want to do. It's not that it takes extra time or whatever. It's just shit that I don't want to do. Just don't want to do it. And it's stuff that is, some of it's actually related to Christmas, and I have to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to be a giant jackass come Christmas time. But all good. So I got to handle some of that. This surprise thing that I'm allocating a lot of time to right now. That's going to be a net positive. I'm very glad that I decided to do this thing. And I'll talk more about that after Christmas, or maybe as soon as I'm able to. And we'll go from there. But yeah, I just want to get more of my life in order. And yeah, so anyway, that's really all I have today. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for all the sharing and the listening and stuff. I mean, to know that there's 39 of you out there where I was in your top 10, it's pretty cool. And to know that there's 13 of you where I was the most listened to, that's also very cool. Sometimes I wonder why the fuck you guys listen to the show, because I don't know if it's entertainment, I don't know if it's genuine curiosity in what I'm doing, but I feel like I haven't done anything yet. And I don't know, we're 791 episodes deep, or days. There's over 800 episodes, but 791 days deep on the show. And I almost feel like I haven't done anything different than day one, but I know that's not true. I know a lot has happened. I know I've accomplished a lot, but it just doesn't show up in the way that I guess I want it to. But I guess you got to learn how to crawl before you can learn how to walk. And I guess you got to learn how to walk before you can run. I mean, if it took Andy Frisella 14 years or something like that to make to have a day over $600 or whatever he says it is, then I think it's an appropriate frame to follow for my own life, Matter of fact, holy shit, in 2 days, when is it? So today's December, I don't think I said this. Today's December 18th, 2025, it's 10:42 p.m. In 2 days, it'll be the 1-year anniversary to when I had my first sales call with Colton, the guy who ghosted my ass, but gave me a $100 deposit. And that's when the counter for all things business revenue started. So that'll be the 1-year anniversary or my first year, quote, in business. And I still don't even know if I would consider it in business, because I feel like I'm an employee. But I mean, I don't have pay stubs. I don't have a 401k. I don't have any insurance. I'm getting paid under the table with everything. So I provided a service. I reached out to people. I said, hey, I'll do this service for you per hour. Does that make me a contractor? Does that make me an entrepreneur? I don't know what it is. But if that's the case, then I will have made $39,000 in a year doing what I'm doing right now. So that's pretty cool. I would like next year to be 200 grand or some shit, but we'll get there. Not worried. And anyway, so that's the show. That's all I got. Thank you guys for listening and spreading the word and all that stuff. It's very cool. I'll work on getting these shows uploaded. You won't know the difference because you'll be hearing it, and it will be uploaded anyway. But yep. Thank you guys. Peace.